Number 5. We Will Rock You.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday.
It is the first song that opens the band's sixth album, News of the World from 1977. It is said that during a pause in one of their concerts in Stanford, the audience stopped applauding and started singing to the band You'll Never Walk Alone, which has a local anthem that the audience used to sing to the Liverpool football team at the soccer matches. The band was completely stunned as they couldn't continue playing. And although it was initially annoying, they changed their mindset and sought to harness that audience energy to make them participate. The song has no drums and maintains a structure of 2 stomps, a clap, and a pause as a body percussion rhythm. When performed live, the song is usually followed by We Are the Champions, as they were designed to be heard together.
Sing it, we will rock you. Blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the.
The music video was filmed in the backyard of drummer Roger Taylor's future house, which at that time had not yet been sold, and he was forbidden for entering the house. So, while it was freezing cold in Southeast England, they decided to film outside doing playback. In addition to the original song, there is a faster version with heavy metal traits, but after the Works tour in 1984, it is unknown why they stopped playing this version live.
Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna get you some peace someday. We will rock.
Number 4. Under Pressure. It is the last song from the 10th album Hot Space for 1982. The track was co-written with actor, musician, and composer David Bowie, who was in Switzerland recording his voice for the erotic horror film Cat People. Queen chose the same recording studio, and drummer Roger Taylor, upon recognizing David Bowie, invited him to record with them. Bowie already knew Taylor from his detox period 6 years earlier and agreed to participate in the backing vocals for the song Cool Cat. However, the final result did not please anyone and they ended up erasing his contribution. It is said that the band spent so much time with Bowie that after several lessons he proposed composing something together. Taylor chose a song he was working on called Feel Like, which he wasn't entirely satisfied with at the time. However, Bowie contributed much of the lyrics and the song was initially called People on the Streets. Later, during a jam session, Freddie improvised the melody along with the nonsensical vocal sounds known as scat singing. According to Brian May, recording the song was difficult as everyone, including David Bowie, was very eager to contribute ideas. When it came to singing, Freddie and Bowie fiercely competed to stand out. The guitarist confirmed that the characteristic back riff was originally composed by John Deacon and consists of 6 identical notes followed by the note a quarter step lower. However, the band members went out to dinner and when they returned, the bassist no longer remembered the riff. When he tried to play it, Bowie corrected him, saying that wasn't how it went and changed the arrangement. Initially, Deacon was annoying at being told what to do with his instrument, but in the end, he played the version Bowie proposed, even though it wasn't the original. Brian May has also stated that looking back, he considers a great song but thinks it should have been mixed differently. The music video does not feature Freddie or David Bowie due to touring commitments, and director David Mallet decided to include clips from the silent film's representative in the 1920s, showing scenes from explosions and riots to people enjoying concerts, as well as many black and white kissing scenes. In 1990, American rapper Vanilla Ice used the bass sample and piano chords for his hit Ice Ice Baby, without clearing or paying royalties to Queen or Bowie, which resulted in a lawsuit. Later, Vanilla Ice claimed that he had bought the rights to the entire song as it makes more sense than paying royalties for its use. However, this turned out to be an accurate statement.
Pressure. Under pressure.
Number 3, another one, Bite the Dust. It is the third song from the 8th album The Game from 1980. The track was written by bassist John Deacon as a funk and rock song with a touch of disco music that he had wanted to create for a while. At that time, the phrase "bite the dust" was typical for Western movies, and when presenting the song, the bassist was dying of the embarrassment as the style has nothing to do with the band. However, Freddie loved it, and when he performed it live, he took it to another level. Michael Jackson, who was a big fan and friend of Freddie Mercury, attended one of their concerts in Los Angeles. After singing this song, he went backstage to tell his friends to release it as a single. He said the band needed a danceable track and could see in this song as a sure hit that would get even the cats dancing. And they would be crazy not to release it as a single. Initially, Brian May and Roger Taylor were against making disco music, and were not comfortable with the song. But after releasing the single, they saw that it quickly climbed and remained in the top 10 on the Billboard chart for 31 weeks, more than any other song in 1980.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Because the song didn't sound like anything the band had done before, people who didn't know Queen thought they were an African-American group. Brian May has stated that the most disco DJs liked the song, so it ended up being played on black music stations, something that had never seen before. The band, realizing the song's success, changed their style, giving way to the disco and dance genre that predominates in their third album, Hot Space. The song was so successful that the Christian evangelical groups claimed it contained subliminal messages, alluring to marijuana use, and that the band had recorded them using a masking technique. The record label denied these accusations, but the song was recorded using several instruments in reverse and in different speeds, passing through a harmonizer which can be heard just before the lyrics start and during various parts of the song. As a curious fact, during the production of the movie Rocky III, the song was used in a preliminary cut during the most important scene where Rocky trains for a fight. However, Queen denied the producers permission to use their song, and director and actor Sylvester Stallone hired the American band Survivor, who at that time had released 2 unsuccessful albums, and were worried their record label would drop them. The guitarist of Survivor recalls that they were sent a copy of the movie to inspire the song Eye of the Tiger. Queen performed for the first time in Argentina at the Bell Sarsfield Stadium on February 8, 1981. And in the last concert, Freddie Mercury invited his friend Diego Armando Maradona on stage to present the song as follows.
I'd like to introduce a friend of yours and ours tonight. I'm sure you all know him, Maradona. Quiero agradecer a Freddie y a los Queen por hacernos tan feliz. Y ahora otro muerde el polvo.
Number 2. Don't Stop Me Now.
Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
It is the 12th song from the 7th album Jazz from 1978. The track was composed on a simple piano bass by Freddie Mercury during his vacation in Montreux, Switzerland. The lyrics celebrate sexual liberation and speak about empowerment and the freedom to live fully while promoting self-acceptance. Initially, the band thought it would be a great success. However, after its release, it only reached number 9 in UK and did not surpass number 86 in USA, leading the band to consider it a minor song. Brian May has stated that it was composed very quickly and that he initially struggled with the lyrics as they celebrated Freddie's hedonistic and risky lifestyle, which at that time was falling into excesses of drug use and casual sex, posing a threat to the band's future. The song was never performed live in the US nor during the Freddie Mercury tribute concert at Wembley Stadium in 1992. However, critics attribute a revival of the song in 2004, when it was included on the soundtrack of the movie Shaun of the Dead, presenting the song to a new generation of listeners as the irony of a very cheerful song in a scene of extreme violence. From that moment on, the song began to be used in various entertainment, TV shows, and video games, becoming part of pop culture and one of the Queen's most popular songs today. In 2019, it surpassed songs by the Rolling Stones, U2, and Led Zeppelin with over 500 million streams on Spotify. In 2015, Jacob Jolich, a neuroscientist from the University of Groningen in the Netherlands, published a study of the pop songs of the last 15 years that generates the most happiness in the public according to neuroscience. He published a list of the 10 happiest songs in history, where Don't Stop Me Now appeared at the number 1, surpassing other popular songs like Dancing Queen by ABBA, Uptown Girl by Billy Joel, Girl Just Wants to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, etc. Number 1. Bohemian Rhapsody. It is the 11th song from the 4th studio album, A Night at Opera from 1975. The track was written by Freddie Mercury as an early 6-minute piece composed of 6 parts: an introduction, a ballad, a guitar solo, an operistic passage, and a hard rock section, and a reflective conclusion, ending with the strike of a mallet on a metal disc known as a gong, which releases all the tension built up throughout the song. Freddie stated that he always wanted to do something resembling opera, and after reading a bunch of songs, selected 3 that changed the mood and took a brutal tune to finally return to the initial theme. Freddie admitted that he didn't know much about opera and almost abandoned the project in its early stages, but later saw how it grew, adopting lyrical references, Italian phrases, and elegant choruses, becoming an early 6-minute song. The band members wanted to shorten it a bit, but Freddie always refused. Guitarist Brian May recalls that much of the band's material was created in the studio except for this song, as it was all in Freddie's mind and they didn't know much about it. But seeing how he directed them, they thought it would be an intriguing original song worth working on. The track was rehearsed for 3 weeks and then recorded in 4 different studios. The operistic section alone required working on the vocal parts for 10 to 12 hours a day, overdubbing on the same tape almost to the point to wearing it out, achieving 180 individual records that, when layered, gave the characteristic sound to the chorus. According to drummer Roger Taylor, combining their voices formed a wall of the song with a wide vocal range. Brian May could sing quite loud, Freddie Mercury had a powerful mid-range, and Taylor was good at the high parts. The operatic section took about 3 weeks to complete. Producer Thomas Baker said that every time Freddie added a Galileo into the lyrics, he had to add another piece of tape to the reel. In 2023, it was discovered that the song had another name. as a draft with part of the lyrics at the title Mongolian Rhapsody was found in an auction of nearly 1,500 personal items of Freddie Mercury. The word Mongolian was crossed out and corrected above with the word Bohemian. The two are very different regions and were written on a letterhead from the defunct British airline Midland. The New York Times becomes very interested in the meaning of the lyrics, despite Mercury refusing to explain his composition. Brian May has commented that Freddie never explains the lyrics to them, but they believed he put a lot of himself into the song and remembers Freddie as a very complex person, appearing very happy on the outside but haunted by the difficulties of his childhood. According to Sheila Whitley, an English musicologist and professor at the University of Zanzibar, Freddie Mercury reached a point of no return on his personal life, as after living with Mary Austin for 7 years, he had his first romantic relationship with a man during the composition of Bohemian Rhapsody. She suggests that the song reveals Mercury's emotional state. When the band released the 1981 Greatest Hits cassette, it included a booklet with the lyrics and explanation of the songs. For Bohemian Rhapsody, it mentioned that it was about a young man who accidentally killed someone and sold his soul to the devil. The night before his execution, he invokes God and with the help of angels, he regains his soul. In 1992, actor and comedian Mike Myers produced and starred in the comedy film Wayne's World. In the scene where the protagonist listens to the song with his friends in a car, the direction wanted to include a Guns N' Roses track, feeling that the young audience would identify with the band. However, Mike Myers insisted on including Bohemian Rhapsody, and although they initially didn't believe the song, already considered a classic rock track, would work, after including it, they noticed that the new generations were delighted with Queen's music, and many discovered the band from that scene. According to Brian May, the film's staff showed Mercury the headbanging take, and Freddie, finding it amusing, approved the use of his song. There is a curious fact in the 2018 biographical film Bohemian Rhapsody, when the character of the record executive who doesn't trust the song's success tells Mercury it's not a song that teenagers can crank up in their car and headbang into. The actor is the same Mike Myers, making a reference to the scene from his film Wayne's World. If you like the video, share it with your friends and family so they can learn more about these topics. Remember, you can leave us comments about which other singers or bands you'd like to know the stories behind their songs. See you next time.